Hi!
There she is.
Yay!
Hello. How are you?
May the 4th be with you, Brandon.
May the 4th be with you.
I have my Chewbacca shirt.
Oh, there you go. Do you have a good Chewbacca sound to go with it? Like, "Arr."
No, you did it. You did that.
Okay. I'll save. Yeah, I saved you the embarrassment. I did it for you. Everybody, welcome to Talking Shop. Danay Garcia. You know, I mean, you may know her from Fear the Walking Dead, Prison Break, now Quibi's 50 States of Fright. She's becoming a legend in the industry. I love it. But I love this. Has been so fun because I've been talking to you like through the past, like we've talked at least a couple times a year for the past like 3-4 years, and it's been fun to watch you on this.
Yeah, I mean, I think the last time I saw you was in Comic-Con.
Yeah. I got to go to the set of Fear this year, but you weren't there the day I was there.
I worked in the entire day before, so I'm like, what? I'm gonna miss that.
Yeah. Oh no. Well, we're gonna talk about Fear, but first, I mean, we're all at home. We're doing this stuff from home. What are you doing? What are you doing to pass the time?
Well, you know, since we stopped shooting, it was very weird to go from dealing with an apocalypse to what's gonna be our, as the life kept changing. For the first 3 weeks, it was changing every day. I just couldn't focus on doing one thing specifically because, like everything got worse and, you stay home. Like now, don't go out, try to go the least possible. So what I started doing is I bought a piano. So I started my piano lessons at home.
That is awesome.
I thought it was crazy. You should see them bringing the piano. Like, they told me to leave my house so they can bring the piano in. It was like a crazy story.
So to deliver it, there had to be nobody in the house?
Yeah. They're like, everybody has to be out. I'm like, well, we can't leave the house. That's
where are we supposed to go?
It's like, well, if you want the piano, you need to leave the house. I'm like, oh, my God.
Wow, that's amazing.
I guess I should leave. So I wait. I was in the corner. I say, it's that house over there. They deliver it. I signed, by doing this. And then I have a piano.
That's so cool.
Never experienced that.
Do you have any like go-to songs you've already learned?
Well, it's hard to. Do you play music? You do.
I live in Nashville, but I don't know much about music.
Well, I don't, and it's hard to kind of learn how to use your two hands at the same time with different things. Like you go one way. So I'm doing a lot of lessons of how to use both hands. But another thing that I've been doing in my time off is talking about music. I've been doing Instagram lives 3 times a week with the fans. Like I just had one today, and I just been singing, and I like to think that they're singing too, because if I'm singing just me and 2,000 people watching, I would not sing. So I just tell them, just tell me you're singing. So I don't feel like I'm just singing by myself. So
well, karaoke sessions for everybody, and then nobody they don't have to be afraid of embarrassing themselves. Everybody's killing it. Everybody's doing a great job.
Everybody has to kill it. Yes. So we sing from like Let It Be, from the Beatles to Spanish songs. And, I think whoever doesn't speak Spanish is gonna end up speaking Spanish. Because I've been singing so much in Spanish that I feel like they're gonna speak Spanish in no time.
I know a little bit. I know some Juanes songs in Spanish, like old ones though, old songs.
Really?
That I used to know all the words.
What? You need to practice that.
Yo tengo la camisa negra, tu amor me
interesa.
Sí, yeah. See, I'm in there. But okay.
That's a good one. That's Juanes. I sang that last Friday.
Oh yes, I love that. Well, once the world goes back to normal, you need to get with Ruben, your Fear co-star, Mr. Ruben Blades, and get him to perform with you. That would be amazing.
That would be incredible. He's the best. He's just the best.
All right, so now you've done something else that's really cool, which is the 50 Shades of Fright.
Yes.
It's really cool that this came out when it did, because we're all home and it's a great time to do the streaming stuff. It's on Quibi, which is a new app. Which does these short kind of episodes, which is really cool. I want to and it's for Sam Raimi, which is awesome. Our audience knows Sam Raimi because Spider-Man, obviously.
Oh, he's amazing.
Yeah, and he's doing Doctor Strange after this, but he flexed the horror muscles like in really horror ways. Yeah. I mean, it's cool. So I mean, tell me about it. What was your experience like on that?
You know, it was really fast the way that I, you know, was chosen for it. They kind of thought about me and they called me and they sent me the script. And it was weird because usually like a Fear the Walking Dead script is like a 45-minute episode, right? So I was thinking, oh, it would be like 50 pages script. And it turned out to be like 15 pages. And I'm like, what is this? Like three. So, and then they told me, oh, it's a new platform. And it's like, you know, every episode is like 6 to 10 minutes. So when I read the script, basically 50 States of Fright is each episode has like a horror story.
Yep.
So my state is Florida. So I was thinking, how can we make Florida scary? Florida is like so exciting all the time. It's sunny, it's beautiful. How can we make it scary? Well, Sam Raimi can totally make this very scary. I tell you that.
Yeah.
And so my director was Alejandro Brujes, and he did a movie called Juan de los Muertos, which is Shaun of the Dead, but in Cuba. Mm-hmm. And it's like zombies, and it's like he's hilarious. So he was the director of this, and I'm like, I say, okay, well, where are we gonna shoot this? And they're like, it's in Vancouver, and we shot that in December. So imagine Florida, pretend that it's really hot in Vancouver. Like, how can we make Vancouver look like Florida? Well, a great production.
That movie making magic right there.
It was so amazing, and you know, it was really funny because I was covered in gore like half of the time I was there, and I keep thinking to myself, because the makeup artist, she would come to me, she's like, would it be okay if I put some on you? I'm like, I'm so used to this. I don't know why you asked permission for this. It's just weird how I spent almost all year covering in blood.
I know. I think you just love the dirty jobs. I swear. So you go from Fear the Walking Dead to 50 States of Fright. How did the two? Because you both are very. I mean, you're in it. Like, it's the horror. It's the end of the world. It's a lot of makeup and dirt and all that stuff. How did the two experiences compare for you?
Well, you know, I not having zombies. It makes it, you know, a little bit. You know, you can focus a little bit more on the task because you don't have to fight a zombie to make it, you know, to get to the goal. So I used to tell that to my co-star. I'm like, hey, you know, it's cold, but thank God we don't have walkers to fight right now. We just have to like wait for the action and we just like run.
Yeah.
And he's like, wow, yeah, I can't even imagine killing people. I'm like, yeah, it gets dirty. It gets worse.
How long is production on a Quibi episode? How many days of production is that? It's like
less than 10 days. It's less than an episode of Fear the Walking Dead.
Wow. Yeah, that's cool. Wow.
Which is cool.
Yeah, I bet. That's cool. That's a pretty cool thing they're doing. I mean, they're getting such amazing talent to do those as well. It's so cool.
Oh, but I tell you a funny story. So when I got cast into this, I was flown to Vancouver right away, and my episode was the last one that they shot. So they already finished the entire season, right?
Sure.
So I was like, oh, wow. So we're last, but you know when it's a great crew, when everybody's excited on the last episode. Usually people are exhausted.
Right.
The last episode, everybody is like, hi, you're going to love it. I was like, wow, this is like such a great thing. So my first day in Vancouver, we're at the, lobby bar in Vancouver. And all of a sudden I see Bill Murray walk by. So I'm like, is that Bill Murray? And everybody's like, oh yeah, he's doing something for Quibi. And then Steven Spielberg walks by, and I'm like, is that Steven Spielberg? And at the time, I didn't know all about Quibi, like all the amazing content and talent that they already have lined up. And then I looked around like, what is Quibi? What are we doing? What is this place? Everybody's here. Like, this is awesome. So the entire time I was at the hotel, I was hoping to bump into Bill at the elevator, like, Bill, please just walk in.
How wild would it be if you run into him and then he's like, well, I'm a huge fan of you too. That'd be just so cool.
God.
Oh man.
My God.
Yeah, that's amazing. Crazy. That's cool though.
Yeah. So Quibi has amazing stuff coming up.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. Well, that's a cool story. I mean, that's like almost like working in Comic-Con. You never know who you're going to run into, that kind of stuff.
I know. You're like, what? I'm a big fan. What's happening? Oh my God. And I never get like that. Like but in one room you have so much going on. I'm like, what are we doing?
Right. Well, it's such a shame this year we don't have Comic-Con. I'm devastated personally. I would have loved to see you and everybody else there and all the footage we would have got.
We don't have the cons. Like,
right. Well, there's just nothing happening this year.
Or...
Yeah, nothing. Everything's shut. I mean, but even production for Fear got shut down. This all happened so fast too. Like I remember, for me, I walked out of a movie and I saw the whole NBA thing, and then the next day it was like we work from home now. And the next day it was like this show is done. How did they like communicate that to you? Like, how did you find out that? Like, was there like a we may shut down, and then it was like okay, we're shut down? How did they kind of talk about that?
It was as we were like progressing. You know, it didn't happen overnight. So we got a letter first, you know, to set saying, hey, keep washing your hands, keep things clean. This is happening. But, you know, I'm always covered in dirt. I can't wash my hands. like if I wash my hands, all my dirt makeup will go away, and Luciana cannot go out.
Right.
And it's all covered and clean hands. So I was like, oh, this is going to be a problem. And the whole social distancing as it started coming, we kind of knew that it was coming to an end because, you know, Fear the Walking Dead or any production, we're minimum 80 people, minimum, on a light day. Imagine with all the walkers and
right.
background artists, it goes into 150 people. And it just became obvious that, oh, we're going to shut down for sure. And yeah, but it just happened in a matter of 2 weeks, to be honest, from the moment it started to the end. And it's just weird because usually around this time, I'm usually with the cast.
Yeah.
It's our time to be together and not having anybody around. And, you know, we have this really cool group chat that we keep track of each other because we're in different places. And it's just been, you know, helping us a little bit.
Yeah, I bet.
But it's just been really weird.
Well, now, I mean, right now you'd probably be a little more than halfway through, right? I mean,
We'll be like around episode 10.
Wow.
Like we'll be really exhausted now. Like,
yeah. Have they given you guys any idea when? I mean, because it just seems like there's so much unknown. Have they given you any idea, like, how we're going to get back to production, what it might look like when you do?
Well, I'm assuming that, you know, since we're so many people in one place, well, you've been to the sets, it's pretty intense.
It's huge. There's so many people.
Yeah, I'm assuming that for things like lunch together, we're not going to be able to be in one place eating lunch. Wow. I'm assuming that, you know, the whole entire process of work will change completely. Because one of the reasons why actors, you know, we kind of say we are like a family is because we really are. Like when we go to work, we go into the same trailer and we then do our makeups together, and then we go to work together, and then we have lunch together. And that is like for 8 months out of the year. So you can't help but to turn into a family. And now this entire situation of like social distancing and all that, I'm sure when we come back, the rules are going to have to change 100%. Yeah.
It's gonna be an interesting couple of years ahead of us.
They are going to be. Yeah, they are going to be. I mean, every time we see each other, we're usually in big group of places. I mean, I'm very curious to see how we're gonna see each other again in real life.
I just can't wait to get there because I need to get out of the house. I'm telling you right now.
Well, you have a pretty exciting home. Like you got stuff in the back, like Iron Man hands and all that.
Oh yeah, well that was actually going to be my next question for you because I have a lot of stuff. I have you know, Marvel stuff, the Infinity Gauntlet, I got all these guys.
Nice.
I got Rick Grimes' hat right here.
What?
So I wanted to ask you. I've talked to a few people on here, and some people have kept some really cool props and costumes from the set, or just got stuff that they got at Comic-Con. Do you have anything in your home? Did you ever take any props home or anything?
I'll show you something that I have.
Oh boy! Oh, there she is.
Yeah. So this is my office. So this is little Luciana here. She has a dirty face. So this is, you know, when you go in a set, like where actors sit down,
the chair,
where you put the chair, like the back of the chair.
That is so cool.
Season 5, and this is season 4. I remember this. This is season 4. So it's all like bloody, and you know, I'm sure my
that is so
like
cool.
Bloody that day. This is funny. This is like stuff from Comic-Con. You know, when you sit down. Yay! We're Comic-Con buddies.
That is so cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. And this is another Comic-Con year, the year before.
Yeah.
And this is you know, the bracelet that I always wear.
Yep. Wow.
You know, there is no one episode, no one that I haven't worn my bracelet from season 2.
Wow. Do they give you like new ones each year, or like do they have a whole stock of them, or do you keep that with you and always bring it back?
You know, I keep this one because when they get soft, you know, you work so much and they put blood and it just gets softer and all that. So I tell everybody, I'm gonna keep this. You see, this one is ripping out a little bit. When they go a little bit like, they're gonna fall, I'm like, oh no, I need another one, but I need to wear it before because it doesn't feel new. Yeah, so I do have little things like that in my office all the time because
that's so cool. I love it. You're one of us. Like, you're totally one of us.
Yeah. It's funny that you got your Comic-Con little.
Oh yeah, this is my pride and joy, right? To have been on a panel at Comic-Con. So cool.
I mean, it's like so exciting. We go in whole age, which is like 10,000 people in front of me.
So many people.
Every time we finish, I'm like, they turn off the lights. I just grab my little thing. I'm like, yeah.
I'm keeping it. I'm keeping this.
I'm keeping this.
I love it. All right. Before I let you go, I got to visit the set. I saw some really cool stuff. I'm not allowed until AMC gives me the okay. I can't say anything about what I saw. I don't know. You got to leave us on some kind of tease of what we can expect from Lucy, because the season seems really cool. What you guys are doing. So I want to hear from you. Why is it going to be so cool?
Well, okay, this is what I can say. The reason why I think this is going to be like an amazing season is because for the first time, we are going to see each one of the characters have their own storyline by themselves, and they're going to be able to deal with the world and with themselves for the first time. Yep. And usually when you're alone is when you really confront, you know, like that's when the real stuff come out, like when you're by yourself. So you're going to meet a different part of each one of us in this new season, like something that you will never imagine. Like this is because the cool thing about the season is that, you know, when you're by yourself, you really know where you stand and how you've been, and you're a result of everything that's been happening to you in the past, and you don't have to fake it or hide it or pretend that it's okay. No, if the demons are gonna come out, it's gonna be now.
I love that.
So
that's cool. So cool. Honestly, you've become a pro because you just said so much, but you actually didn't get yourself in any trouble.
You know, I'm going to tell you a funny story, okay?
Okay.
You know, Game of Thrones, actors, we do, I don't know how it happened that I always find them at Comic-Con, right? I find them, you know, in New York at the upfronts. We see each other all the time. So at the time I haven't seen Game of Thrones, so I never knew whether they're dead or alive, or like, did you make it? Are you still like in another episode? And they do the same thing with me. So I was in that elevator with all of them, and I say, how do you do this? Like how can you do? It's like, well, you have to talk so much without saying nothing. That's basically what we do. And I'm like, gosh, it's so hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard. I mean, because any little word can really turn into like everything.
And the fans find the secrets in the words. Well, thank you so much today. Everybody, you can find Miss Garcia's work on Quibi right now, 50 Shades of Fright, Season 6 of Fear the Walking Dead. We're not sure when, but eventually it's going to come. They're going to finish production, and it's going to be very exciting. And Danay, thank you so much for joining us on Talking Shop. This was so cool. It's so good to talk with you.
Yes, you too. You too. I hope to see you soon. And say hi to your mom for me. She's amazing.
I will. She's probably watching right now, but I will let her know.
Happy Mother's Day, which is coming up.
Oh, thank you so much. Send my best to your family as well.
Yes.